title, "Park My Car, Valet," my wife's brother, the new director, tossed me his keys. I let them drop. "Pick them up," he screamed. A tow truck pulled up. I was holding a paper cup of burnt lobby coffee when the keys hit my chest. "Park my car, Valet," my wife's brother said, loud enough for the marble walls to hear him admire himself. New suit, new title, new arrogance. Director. He smiled like the building belonged to him now. The keys slipped through my fingers and clattered on the floor. "Pick them up," he screamed, face flushing, voice cracking with borrowed authority. That's when the tow truck pulled up outside the glass doors. Air brakes hissed. The sound cut through his tantrum like a blade. The driver leaned in, eyes scanning the room, then found me. "Boss," he asked calmly, "which cars are we repossessing today?" I didn't look at my brother-in-law. I pointed through the glass. "The Bentley," I said. "Start with that one. It's parked in my spot." It hadn't always been this way. There was a time he called me "Bye" with respect, when my wife and I helped him finish school, when I gave him his first job, when I signed for his first apartment because his credit was a joke and his promises were poetry. I built the company with my hands and my spine, long nights, quiet risks. I let him shout, let him belittle, let him play director while I played furniture. Every insult was a timestamp, every order a recording. I logged meetings, backed up emails, pulled server mirrors he didn't know existed because I installed them. I hired a forensic accountant who didn't ask questions and a lawyer who smiled only when things were already over. I restructured ownership quietly, activated clauses he never read, shifted assets into holding companies with names too boring to suspect. The parking garage, the fleet, the building lease, all mine. Always had been. He'd just forgotten who signed first. I watched him buy the Bentley, watched him park it in my reserved spot like a crown. I waited. The execution was simple. Clean things always are. I scheduled a board meeting and didn't attend. Let him run it. Let him boast. Mid-sentence, compliance officers walked in, then auditors, then my lawyer last, like punctuation. Accounts froze. Authority reversed. His signature meant nothing now. His face tried to understand gravity. He called my phone. I didn't answer. Instead, I walked into the lobby as his shouting reached the glass ceiling. That's when he tossed me the keys. That's when they fell. The tow truck did its job. "Stop!" he screamed, running for the doors as the Bentley lifted, elegant and helpless. "That's my car!" I finally looked at him then, really looked. "No," I said softly, "it's a liability." The board saw the evidence, the forged signatures, the accounts, the timeline that ended exactly where it needed to. They didn't look at him when they voted. They looked at me. My wife cried when she understood, not for him, for the version of family she thought we had. I held her hand and told her the truth I'd learned too late. Blood makes introductions. Power makes choices. He was escorted out by security he once approved uniforms for. His phone buzzed with bank alerts. His name trended in rooms he'd never enter again. As the doors closed behind him, he screamed my name like it still meant mercy. It didn't. I reclaimed my office that evening. Same desk, same window, different weight in the air. The city looked smaller from up there, like it had finally remembered where to stand. Revenge isn't rage. Rage is messy. Revenge is accounting. I didn't ruin him. I let him finish the work he started. Now, when someone parks in my spot, they ask first. And when they hand me keys, they do it with both hands.